next topic is this linear independence. Okay, so the definition is this: suppose C1 V1 plus C2 V2 up to Ck Vk is equal to 0 only happens when C1, C2 and Ck is equal to 0. Then the vectors V1, V2, Vk are linearly independent. What they means to say is they have considered a linear equation C1, V1, C2, V2 like that up to Ck Vk is equal to 0. They have considered the linear equation. In that C1, C2 and up to Ck are constant, whereas V1, V2 are vectors, three matrix. Like column 1, column 2, column 3 is a 3 vectors. Okay, like that here they have taken k vector. So if you have a equation like this C1 V1 C2 V2, so V1 V2 V3 up to Vk are vectors, C1 are constants. If you have a equation which is equal to 0, then when this is the condition, C1 C2 should be 0 to satisfy this condition. If C1 C2 and C3 should be 0 to satisfy this condition, then the vectors V1 V2 up to Vk are linearly independent. So the conclusion is, so you have a solution. Suppose we solve some of the problems like matrix A and you will be multiplying with x1 x2 x3. So the column 1 will be multiplied with x1, column 2 will be multiplied with x2, column 3 will be multiplied with x3. Like that we solve the equations. So we got some values of x1, x2, x3, correct? No? If you able to get x1 is equal to 1, x2 is equal to 2, x3 is equal to 3, then it is linearly dependent. If you don't get any solution, you'll get a solution only when x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0, x3 is equal to 0, then it is linearly independent. Those vectors are linearly independent. In other way, in what is the other meaning is, like you can't express V2 in terms of V1. You can't express V3 in terms of V1 and V2. So that is the meaning of linearly independent. Okay, you can't express one vector from other vectors. That is the meaning. Okay, so linearly independence means if you have a equation C1 V1 C2 V2, and in this equation if you want to find out the solution is equal to 0, the solution exists only when all the constant C1 C2 C3 everything is 0. If any C's are non-zero, then we are linearly dependent. Okay, one vector is a combination of others. So linearly dependent means if you are able to express V2 in terms of V1, then V2 is linearly depending on V1. So they are dependent. Independent means you can't express one vector from the other vector. So let's take the first example. Okay, here so let's take the first example. So the matrix is 1 3 3 2 2 6 9 5 -1 -3 3 0. So we have considered the same example to explain the echelon matrix and all. Here the columns of the matrix are linearly dependent since the second column is 3 times the first one. So I am giving some examples so that you understand that clearly what is the meaning of linear dependent and independent. Here the columns, okay, this column 1 2 -1 3 6 -3 like that columns are there. No, here second column 3 6 3 is linearly, it's depending on, you can express using column 1, right? So you take the column 1 and you multiply by 3, what you get is column 2. So they are dependent. Okay, column 2 is depending on column 1. So the combination of columns that weighs -3 1 0 0 gives the column of zeros. Here the thing is it's a dependent. Okay, one more condition what we discussed in the first lot is C1 should be 0, C2 should be 0, all the values should be 0. But if you consider this one, you take -3 times of the first column. That means what you get is -3 -6 +3. Take 1 times of the second column, 3 6 -3, you had it, it becomes 0. The other two we are taking 0 times 0 times. So this combination gives the solution -3 1 0 0 as a as the value of C1, C2, C3, C4. If you substitute it, you'll get value AX is equal to 0 format you'll get. Okay. So that's why, so conclusion is, since the column 2 is depending on the column 1, you can call it as linearly dependent. Okay. And this you can consider as the statement itself. Non-zeros on the diagonal. Okay. Since you can observe that this is a 3 cross 3 matrix. 3, 4, 2, 0, 1, 5 and 0, 0, 2 is the matrix. Okay. One of the observation what you can make is all the diagonal elements are non-zero. Diagonal elements are 3, 1 and 2. All the diagonal elements are non-zero. Okay. There is no 0 is there in the diagonal. The columns of this triangular matrix are linearly independent. And another so you can call it as a linearly independent. So you, if they give some matrix, you try to reduce using a row reduction method, okay, or echelon form method. You try to reduce a particular matrix like this. If you are able to get 3 pivots like this, then it is a linearly independent. That means you have a diagonal elements, they are not zeros. If you have zeros, then you have to think twice. It is linearly dependent. Okay. If it is not, 0 is not there, then you can call it as a linearly independent. This is one of the thing. So the first, what is the first thing what we understood is, if we able to express the one column with the other column, then it is a linearly dependent. In the second one, what we observed was like no diagonal elements are 0. Yeah. So then we can call it as a linearly independent. So here is the same matrix I have taken here. Okay. The matrix was this 3, 4, 2, 0, 1, 5, 0, 0, 2. So that I am expressing like this. Okay. So I am trying to write in the format of AC is equal to 0. Okay. AC is equal to 0. Okay. C1 times of the first column, C2 times of the second column, C3 times of the third column is equal to 0. Okay. So this is what we are expressing. Now what you have to do is you have to find out the values of C1, C2, C3. From the last equation you can see here C1 is 0. You take the last row, C1 is 0. This one is C2 is 0. Here you consider C3 is multiplied with 2. What you get is 2C3 is equal to 0. Then what you get is C3 is equal to 0 because other two are 0. From the last row you got C3 is equal to 0. And from the second column, if you observe, second row, if you observe, 0 is there. If you try to express in terms of the equation, you'll get 1 into C2. C2 plus 5C3 is equal to 0 you'll get. But C3 is 0. From the first, we got already C3 is equal to 0. So substitute here. So actual equation is C2 plus 5C3 is equal to 0. So substitute C3 is equal to 0. What you get is C2 into 1 is equal to 0. That means C2 will be 0. Then again, you substitute in the first equation will be 3C1, 4C2, 2C3 is equal to 0. You substitute C3, C2 is equal to 0. What you get is 3C1 is equal to 0. Then C1 will be equal to 0. So after reducing, after you try to find out the value of C1, C2, C3, it has become C1 will be equal to 0, C2 will be equal to 0, C3 will be is equal to 0. And if you try to find out the null space of the linearly independent vectors, then it will be 0. Null space, it will not contain anything. Okay. So if you try to find out the null space of the A, it will be having the 0 vectors. So then you can call it as a linearly independent. Okay. So consider this. This is very, very important. Okay. Consider this example. So 1, 3, 3, 2 is the first row element. 0, 0, 3, 1 is the second row element. 0, 0, 0, 0 is the third row element. One of the observation what we can make is one of the row is 0. Here the third row is 0. Okay. So the non-zero rows of any echelon matrix must be independent. What they're saying is non-zero rows. Here you have a 0 rows. Okay. If you have a 0 rows, then how many column vectors are there? Here you have a 4 column vectors. Then together combining all the 4 vectors, they are not independent. Okay, if one of the row is 0, then they are not independent. These vectors are not independent. So we are expecting non-zero rows. Then the column that contains the pivots are linearly independent. See, you understand this properly, because this is what we are going to use in the coming classes. The columns that contain the pivots are linearly independent. That means we already know how to calculate the pivot. The pivots are in the first row. You have the first non-zero element is 1. In the second row, first non-zero element in the second row is 3. In the third row, everything is 0. So only pivots are 1 and 3. Okay. So pivot, the column that contains the pivots are linearly independent. See, you have 4 columns. Combining all the 4 columns, they are not linearly independent. But if you consider only column 1 and column 3, only column 1 and column 3 are linearly independent, because it contains the pivots. Okay. Since it contains the pivot, there, even if you try to calculate C1 and C2 by taking 100 and 330, you'll get C1 is equal to 0, C2 is equal to 0. That is the meaning. So the columns which contains the pivots are linearly independent. Okay. Next one. The another statement is, so here you have a 2 independent, since you have 2 columns with the pivots, right? So 2 columns will be independent. Here, since you have a 2 non-zero rows, after reducing into row echelon form, okay, you reduce into anything, then how many non-zero rows you get, that many independent rows will be there. So here in these 3, you have a 3 rows. Already it has been reduced into echelon form, but here non-zero rows are 2. So what happens is 2 independent rows. Here in the column, it has only 2 pivots. That pivots exist in column 1 and column 3. So it has only 2 independent columns. Together, if you consider all the 4 vectors in the column, that becomes a dependent vectors. But if you consider only column 1 and column 3, it becomes a independent vectors. Okay. So next one is this. So if you observe this matrix, if you consider the identity matrix, all the columns of identity matrix are independent to each other. You can't express one vector with the other. So you can see, only consider these part, okay? 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, you can't express the column. Only if you consider 0, 1, 2 cross 2 matrix in this, you can't express 0, 1 from 1, 0. Right? Identity matrix is independent to each other. That means columns of all the identity matrix are independent to each other. Next question is this. Show that V1, V2, V3 are independent, but V1, V2, V3, V4 are dependent. That is the question. So you have to show that first 3 vectors, V1, 1, 0, 0, second vector, V2, 1, 1, 0, third vector, 1, 1, 1, they are independent. If you consider the fourth vector, 2, 3, 4, you have to prove that it's a dependent. Okay. So as you know, in order to prove that they are independent, you know this standard equation, right? So this equation, so C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3, C4 V4 should be equal to 0. In order to consider all the 4 vectors to be independent, you have to satisfy this condition. And obviously, if you generalize this, it becomes AC is equal to 0, right? So let's try to solve that. The first case is this, first case was like, your V1, V2, V3 as independent. So I have considered 3 vectors, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, 1. 3 vectors I have considered. How do you prove that it's independent? You try to calculate the values of C1, C2, C3. If all becomes 0, then it is a independent. So if any matrix is given, you try to find out those values C1, C2, C3. If everything is 0, then becomes a independent. Okay. So this is how it is. So the matrix I have expressed in a augmented matrix format, right? 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. It is multiplied by C1, C2, C3, right? So here I'm not considering this. I can write this. So I'm considering only A and 0 form, right? So I can write this in a matrix representation. So I have copied this A as it is like here, and this part I have copied here 0 0 0. Like if you apply the row reduction method, the first one is this 1 is there, right? The first element is 1, and below that everything is 0 is there. No need to touch that. Whereas in the the pivot elements are 1 1 is there, right? So second non-zero element in the second row is 1. Third non-zero element in the third row is 1. Everything is 0 is there. But what you can do is further reduction. What you can do is above the pivot elements, you can make it as a 0, right? The row here pivot is there. Above that 1 is there. Here pivot is there. Above that 2 ones are there. You can make it as 0 in this case. So that's why what I'm doing is I'm subtracting row 1 from row 2, right? So if you subtract row 1 from row 2, what happens is the row 1 elements are 1 1 1, the row 2 elements are 1 1 1 0, row 2 elements are 0 1 1 0. So these two ones will subtract the above ones, so it becomes 0 0. And again what I do is, so I'll write the other things. Again you do the right row 3, this pivot, above this pivot there is 1 is there. So what you can do is you can subtract row 2 from row 3. So if you subtract row 2 from row 3, the other three, these two are 0. So even if you subtract 0 minus 0, 1 minus 0 becomes 1 only. But here 1 minus 1 becomes 0 here. Okay, 0 minus 0, 0. So what you get is 0, 1, 0, 0 after this operation. So third row you write it as it is. So now you observe this. So after reduction, I got the identity matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. So the constants are there, okay? C1, C2, C3. You try to multiply this, okay? What you get is, in the first row, if you try to multiply, what is the first equation? What you get is C1, other two elements are 0, 0. So C1 is 0. In the second row, if you try to multiply, C1 is 0, C2 is 1, C3 is 0. So C2 will be equal to 0, C3 will be equal to 0. So from this, what you can conclude is they are linearly independent. Okay, first three vectors v1, v2, v3. Okay, so this is what we observed. v1, c1, this is what we try to find out. v2, c2, v3, c3 is equal to 0, and we calculated the values of c1, c2, c3, that is 0. So it has become a linearly independent. So the next sub question in this is, you have to show that v1, v2, v3, v4 are dependent. This set of vectors are dependent. So I have considered all the four vectors v1, v2, v3, v4. I have written in the column 1, 2, 3, 4, like that I have written. Now I have considered, since I wanted to find out that whether it is independent or not. So what you should do is you have to represent in the format of ax is equal to 0, right? So right hand constant should be 0. So I have considered that also. So same thing I have written that, including that ax is equal to b. That constant I have considered here. Now you apply the row reduction method. Okay. If you apply the row reduction method here, because I wanted to find out the values of C1, C2, C3. So apply the row reduction method. See, this is also same as the previous one, right? So what you did, you subtracted row 1 from row 2. What you get is your 1 1 1 2 0 will be subtracted from subtracted by 0 1 1 3 0. What you get is 2 minus 3, you will get is as minus 1. That is the only difference. And again in the second row, what I'm doing is I'm subtracting row 2 from row 3. Row 2 is 0 1 1 3 0. I'm subtracting from 0 0 1 4 0. What you get is 3 minus 4 is the only difference with respect to the previous case. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Okay, this is what you get. Now you try to express in the argumented matrix format. Okay, you got C1 is equal to C4. From this equation, what you got? C2 is equal to C plus 4 C4. Now expressed in terms of C4. C2 is C4, that is what we got. C3 is 4 minus 4 C4, whereas C4 is C4 only. Yeah, if you separate it out the C4, what you get is 1 1 minus 4 1. Here you can substitute any values for C4. Okay, you can substitute any values for C4. C4 is real, that we know already, right? So if you observe properly, the C1, C2, C3 value, C4 value is not coming as zeros. Here something, if you substitute C4 is equal to 1, what you get? C1 becomes 1, C2 becomes 1, C3 becomes -4, C4 becomes 1. So from this analysis, we can understand that since C1, C2, C3 are not equal to 0, right? They are dependent. These set of 4 vectors are dependent. So that is what explained here. Okay. So basically they use the word non-trivial basically because trivial means English meaning is same. Okay. So if you don't get C1, C2, C3, C4 is equal to 0, then it becomes a non-trivial combinations of those vectors that yields. So they are linearly dependent. What we proved was, we taken first case, what we discussed was, we taken only 3 vectors v1, v2, v3. Then we found out the values of c1, c2, c3. It has 0. It was 0, but those values are not equal to 0. So not equal to 0. That's why it has become linearly independent. Okay. Next question is this. This you observe this properly. Okay. This is not a matrix kind of a thing. So the question is this: the set is containing x square minus 1, x plus 1, x minus 1. The set is this. It is a polynomial representation. Okay, it's a functional representation of a vector. Instead of that, they would have given a 1 0 1. For first one, they can write it as 1 0 1 because x square is there, x is not there, 1 is there. So 1 0 minus 1. For the second one, what they can write is 0 1 1. The third one, what they can write is 0 1 minus 1, like that. So instead of vector, they have given in a polynomial representation. No difference at all. So you have to consider this set, and you have to find out whether it is a linearly independent. So you have to find out whether it is linearly independent. Suddenly, what you should do, you have to find out the values of C1, C2, C3. If they are 0, then they are linearly independent. Okay. So find whether the set is linearly independent in the vector space of all polynomials over the field of real numbers. Okay. So since there are 3 things are given, I'm considering it as alpha 1, alpha 2, and alpha 3. Alpha 1 is x square minus 1. Alpha 2 is x plus 1. Alpha 3 is x minus 1. So I have to find out this, right? Linear equation. C1 alpha 1, C2 alpha 2, C3 alpha 3 is equal to 0. That is a condition you have to take it. Then substitute the values of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Alpha 1 I have substituted. Alpha 2 I have substituted. Alpha 3 I have substituted. Okay. Now you try to express in terms of just simplification, simple mathematics. So what you get is c1x square minus c1 from this. What you get is c2x plus c2. What you get from this is c3x minus c3. Okay. Now what you can do is you look for all x square terms. Only one x square term is there. You look for all x terms. You take x as a common factor. What you get is c2 plus c3. And other constants are minus c1 plus c2 and minus c3. Those constants you write. So in order to make this equation is equal to 0, the right hand side part is 0. In order to get this condition, get is c1 should be 0, this part should be 0, and this part should be 0, right? If these 3 things are 0, then equation becomes 0. That's why I'm considering a c1 is equal to 0. Only left hand side becomes right hand side only when, okay, these are all the conditions. So only observe this part and try to write in the matrix representation. Don't consider this part. Don't confuse with this equation and this equation. So only consider this part and try to write in the matrix representation. In the first row, what you have is in the first equation, only C1 is there. That's why 1, C2 is 0, C3 is 0. In the second equation, C1 is 0, C2 and C3 is there. So that's why I'm writing C1 0, C2 and C3. What are the coefficients? 1, 1 is there. So I'm writing 1, 1. And in the third case, what you should do is you reduce using row reduction method. In the first column, if 0, the third row you have to make it as 0. So row 3 and row 1. If you had row 3 and row 1, what happens? Minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, minus 1, 0, minus 1. So 0, 0, it becomes 0 only. So another thing is, if you observe this, the first pivot element below that everything is 0. The second pivot element is second row. here it's 1. This is the pivot element. Below that, you can make it as 0. So you subtract row 3 from row 2. What happens? 1 minus 1 is 0. Minus 1 becomes minus 2. 0 minus 0 becomes 0. So this is what we got, right? So this is what the equation we got. Try to express in an augmented matrix representation, right? So now if you try to observe this, if you try to multiply the equation, C1, C2 is 0, C3 is 0. So C1 is equal to 0. What about the second equation? What you get? C2 plus C3 is equal to 0. And the last equation, what you get is minus 2 times of C3 is equal to 0. So from the first equation, what is the implication is C1 is 0. From the second equation, what is the implication? No, you can go for the third equation actually. C3 is 0, right? If you substitute C3 is equal to 0 here, what you get is C2 is equal to 0. So since C1, C2, C3 are 0, linearly independent. So what in this question they have given the polynomial, it's not the regular vector representation. What you should do is you have to try to find out the C1, C2, C3 value. So you have to consider as C1 V1, C2 V2, C3 V3, like that you have to solve. Try to find out the values of C1, C2, C3. Okay. Yeah. Next question is this. Determine the following set of vectors of 2 cross 2 matrix space is linearly independent or dependent. See, the previous question was related to the polynomial. Here in this question, the vector itself a matrix. Okay. 2 cross 2 matrix is nothing but dimension is R4, correct? No? Yeah. Here the vector itself in terms of the matrix. So what is the question they are asking is, determine the following set of vectors space is linearly independent or dependent. You have to find out whether they are linearly independent or dependent. So same trick you have to C2 V2 plus C3 V3 is equal to 0. Since we have a 3 matrix, we are considering only 3 vectors. So substitute for V1, V2, V3. So from the previous, the vector 1 was 2, 1, 0, 1. Vector 2 is 3, 0, 2, 1. Vector 3 is 1, 0, 2, 0. Okay. You consider the same vectors and substitute in this equation. 0 can be written as 0 vector, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, what is the operation you have in between? It's plus. So add all the elements. These first elements, 1, 1 elements will be added. This is position is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 elements will be added. So what is the answer is? Here it's 2C1 plus 3C2 plus C3, right? Here 1 plus 0 plus 0. So here 1 plus means C1, right? C1 plus 0 plus 0, what you get is C1. Here what you have is here 0 is there, so there is no C1 term comes. Here is 2C2 is there plus 2C3, right? So that is what you got here. And again, here in this element, C1 is there, so that I discussed. What about this one? C1 is there, C2 is there, C3 is not there. So 1 times of C1 plus 1 times of C2 is C1, C2. This will be 0. Now left hand side equals to right hand side. Equate all these things to, yeah, this position you have 0, this position you have 0. Equate that. C2 plus C3 is equal to 0. This is the first equation you get. Then from this position, what you get is C1 is equal to 0. Here, what you get is 2C2 plus 2C3 is equal to 0. This is what you got. C1 plus C2 is equal to 0. See, C1 is 0, correct? No? Directly you got C1. And if you substitute C1 here, C2 will be 0. If you substitute C2 0 in this equation, what you get? C3 is equal to 0 you get. If you substitute C1, C2, yeah. So you got all the 3 things, C1, C2, C3, everything will be equal to 0. So what is the conclusion? They are linearly independent. Okay. The system has trivial or unique solution. Okay. So yeah, these are all the questions. So let me give you some hint about the assignment questions here. The first assignment question is this: rather than having 1 and zeros in the question, what we have here is ABC, D, F. So some unknown variables is there. The question what they're asking is, you have to consider first A is equal to 0. For first case, A is equal to 0. Second case is D is equal to 0. The third case is F is equal to 0, right? in this solution also, I have solved for only one case, A is equal to 0. And you have to find out whether the columns of U are dependent. Since it's U, it's already in the echelon form. You have to find out whether these columns are dependent. That means that you have to find out C1, C2, C3 is having some other value other than is equal to 0. So what is the best way to do it is, see, first I'll tell in brief what I did is, so I consider the same in the augmented matrix format, yeah, and substitute A is equal to 0. So if you substitute A is equal to 0, what you left with? These terms, right? So this is what we got. This is the one of the trick. What you see, you can reduce, if you know this, you can reduce any matrix into echelon form. This is what you can do. How do I separate this part, E part? I wanted to subtract this E part. How do I subtract this? One is subtract from the third column. How do I subtract this E is equal to, how do I make this E is equal to 0? Is you, and you are subtracting from the row 3, right? So R2 minus R3 you are doing, and then you do E by F. That means R3 is having F, so FF will cancel, and R2 is having E, E minus E becomes 0. So this is what you can do. Even if you have 1, 3, 5, they are not multiples of the particular 2 or some numbers, you can do like this, okay? So in order to subtract this, I'm dividing this by F, then multiplying with E, then I'm subtracting the row 2, you'll get 0. Like that, if you reduce, okay, you try to find out the values of C1, C2, C3 and try to find out. Yeah, second assignment question is this. Choose three independent columns, then make 2 columns expressing as the other 2, I guess. So what they have done is, this is the question actually. Here what we have done is, we try to find out the values of C1, C2, C3, but we got something, okay? Considering all the 4 columns, you got some values, right? If C3 is 1, it becomes minus 1 by 4 minus 7 by 3. Since all the values of C1, C2, C3 are not equal to 0, this becomes a dependent. And what they're telling is you have to consider 3 columns, okay? See, if you observe this properly, this matrix, overall matrix, variables. So if you consider the column 1, this and this, you'll get a independent vectors, set of independent vectors. You can consider this, this and this, okay? Either you consider, see, pivot is in the position in the row 2, right? So either you consider this, this or this, or you consider, right? So in these possible cases, you consider it becomes an independent, okay? So the trick is that you have to consider the independent positions, okay? So I have written for one solution, okay? All the combinations, okay? Full complete solution is there. So you try to look into it and try to analyze it properly.